Hello, and welcome to the next edition of Spud Ball. And in today's video, we're going to go through our Game Week 1 review and our predictions for Game Week 2 as well. Obviously, if you make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. I will just say that I've also got my fantasy team as well to show you, see how we did. And the team that I'm going to be using for Game Week 2 as well. So yeah, let's get straight into it. So first of all, our Game Week 1 review and Game Week 2 predictions. Start with the Game Week 1 review. So Burnley lost 3-0 against Manchester City in the opening game of the season. I've put the standout player as Rodri. He got a goal and an assist. And the underperforming player, I'm going to go for Bernardo Silva. I thought he was really quiet, Bernardo Silva, against Burnley. And then Arsenal beat Nottingham Forest 2-1. I've put the standout player as Declan Rice. I thought he looked very good for Arsenal. Really calm. You can see already the presence he has in that team. I thought Brennan Johnson was the underwhelming player. You know, he missed a really good opportunity early on to take the lead. And ultimately, Nottingham Forest were really good in the second half. So they could have easily got a point. Bournemouth 1, West Ham 1. The standout player is Kirches. I go on about him a lot. I'm interested to see how he does against Salah on Saturday. Hopefully not too good, seeing as I'm captaining him in fantasy. Super debut. He kept Bourne quiet for most of the game except the goal that he scored. I think Ben Rama was very underwhelming. Really average performance from Ben Rama. Brighton won 4-1 against Luton. I think João Pedro was my standout player. Created a lot of chances. Should have had a brace, really. Looked good in his debut. Underwhelming, I'm going to go for Pele Mbanzu, because he caused an error which ultimately at 2-1, which gave Brighton their third goal and ultimately wrapped up the game. Everton 0, Fulham 1. Standout player had to be Leno. Would have been a battering defeat if it wasn't for him. It's super performance, one of the best keepers in the league last season. Already with a brilliant game on Saturday. Underwhelming has to be Maupay though. You cannot miss as many chances as he did. I know he has no confidence in his ability, but you can't miss that many chances. Sheffield United 0, Palace 1. Standout player had to be Ebeze. 7 chances created, speaks for itself. They dominated the game. Crystal Palace were superb. Underwhelming, I've gone for William Osula, the young forward that played for Sheffield United, because they've got loads of injuries. He only won 4 of his duels. He had 26 touches and only 5 accurate passes. Not ideal. Now, the performance of the week had to go to Newcastle. They won 5-1 against Aston Villa. Standout player, I could have went for the whole team pretty much, but I've gone for Isak. 2 goals, really good game from Isak. Underwhelming was Ezri Konsa. Big mistake for that Newcastle goal. Just didn't look like his normal self. I thought he was a really good centre-back last season. Then the game of the week was Brentford 2, Spurs 2. Standout player had to be James Maddison. I thought he was superb. Got 2 assists on his debut. Clearly, Spurs needed a playmaker. Now Kane's gone, because he was actually quite a big playmaker as well. Underwhelming player, I've gone for Son. He gave a penalty away and he just didn't look very good in the attack. Chelsea 1, Liverpool 1. Obviously, I predicted this one, right? I went for Enzo as the standout player. I thought he was really good in that midfield 8 role. And I went for underwhelming. I went for Jota just because I think he struggled down the middle. Poor passing, really. And he did ruin an early Szoboszlai chance where he dribbled past like 3 or 4 Chelsea players and he just took the shot on himself. Man United 1, Wolves 0. I've gone for Mateus Cunha as the standout player. I thought he was absolutely superb, minus his finishing. And Wolves absolutely deserved something. They got robbed by VAR, but they should have won that game. And underwhelming, I went for Bruno Fernandes. Only 76% pass accuracy. Not pack accuracy. The midfield was just so easy for Cunha to get through. He just ran through them like they weren't there. Anyway, my Game Week 2 predictions. I've gone 2-0 to Forest. 1-1 to Brentford. Oh no, it can't be 1-1 to Brentford, Adam. Holy shit. 1-1. Liverpool 3, Bournemouth 1. I'm interested to see if Endo does start in that game, obviously. Bit of an interesting signing. His stats look good. From what I've heard from German and Bundesliga journalists, he's a very good player. It is just the fact that he's 30, so I don't expect him to be our primary DM, but he can play centre-back as well, so he's quite a versatile option, a bit like James Milner was. Off the bench. Wolves 0, Brighton 1. Spurs 2, Man United 2. Man City 2, Newcastle 1. Aston Villa 2, Everton 0. West Ham 1, Chelsea 2. And Crystal Palace 0, Arsenal 2. Now, let's have a look at our fantasy for the week. So, not the best, not the worst. 75 points for myself. Obviously, I didn't know about the leak for Gabriel not going to be starting. I'm disappointed I missed out on 4 points. Konsa obviously got me 0. Szoboszlai only got me 2. Fernandes only got me 3. But Onana did pretty well. Estupinian did well. Saka did well. I thought Pedro did alright. And Haaland was brilliant as always. Moving on, we have not rolled our transfer. No, sorry, we have rolled our transfer. However, we have got one change, and that is that we are going to take a risk here. And we're going to play Matt Turner against Sheffield United in the hope that Nottingham Forest keep the clean sheet. I expect Spurs will score against Man United based off how they played against Wolves. So yeah, that's the team, and we have obviously got the armband on Mo Salah. Because I think Man City won't score more than 2 goals against Newcastle. Anyway, that is going to be the end of this one. These ones are really short, the reviews, you know. But yeah, thanks for watching. I do appreciate it. And I will see you next week for the same video again. Alright, cheers everyone.